We are Tottenham TV. John Cooper here and Cy screwing the tuner. Shambolic, diabolical, terrible, lacking in passion, lacking in desire, lacking in commitment, lacking in dedication. Worst North London derby performance, especially first half, I've ever seen.
This is a new book by John called Tottenham Hotspur, in bookstores as of tomorrow. Thank you.
See ya.
All of those words are included. Yeah, I think what more can we say, mate? I think it's, like I said, no passion, no desire. I'm sick and tired of it. I have maybe got too higher expectation, maybe too much in my mind of expectation of how people should be in their working environment and as people. And I think that there is maybe a couple of players, to be fair, who came off the bench today, who showed some really good positivity. But the rest of them need to, really look at themselves and question themselves, which they should have done for the last 2-3 years anyway already, as to, what are they doing here? Why are you here? What are you bringing to the table? There is no leadership in that team whatsoever. I'm sick of it. They pans to the manager, no emotion. Pans to Lloris, he's getting angry because he's kicked balls left, right and centre all over the place and expecting the players to be 50 foot tall and try and get to the line all the time. There's no leadership. There's no one getting angry. 2-0 down, no anger, no frustration.
No fight.
It's just
There's
like,
no fight. That's the thing.
Never
There's
mind.
No fight.
Oh, when is it payday tomorrow? Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I need another car. Like, it's just joke, mate. I'm sick and tired of it. Like, this is a North London derby, and none of them have turned up.
They didn't even show any. They didn't even look like a North London derby the first half. That's the first time I've really seen us turn up for a North London derby and not turn up. I couldn't believe it. They were walking around the pitch. There was no fight. There's no energy. It was like 2-0 down. It didn't even bother them. It didn't even fucking bother them that we were like 2-0 down.
You see Ledley King's face at half time?
Yeah.
Was the epitome of every Spurs fan right now. He was disgusted.
And the worst thing is Arsenal fans probably think they won that game because they played so well. That's the joke. That is the joke about it. They didn't play well. They were bang average. Just like we were so bad, we made them look good.
I'm not saying I was biased, obviously. I generally believe that Arsenal didn't play well.
They're not even that good.
We weren't there.
Not even good. We were just walking. We were trotting around like show ponies.
Some manager had come in and gone, right, we're going to have a training session today, guys. We want you guys to be the attacking team. And you guys don't put too many things in place. Don't make any tackles or anything like that. Just be there to be an 11 that's just so we can even up the numbers kind of thing. That's exactly what it was like. Absolutely appalling, guys. And I hope every single one of these players watches this and realises how sick and tired every single fan is in the Tottenham Hotspur fan base. I'm so
just give it your fucking all. Like when Skip and Hill came on, they wanted it. They worked hard. And it made a huge difference. They were the best players.
And Skip was literally like, throwing his hands in the air, telling people to get on with their job. Like, why is no one else doing that?
I would say Skip, Hill and Moore are the only ones that can keep their head held high in that game. The rest just look like they didn't give a shit.
Højbjerg is a fantastic potential leader, but he's got to be looking around him going, I can't be bothered either. Why on earth do I want to play with this absolute tripe?
Anyway, just a couple of super chats here. One from Elvis G. Could have done with it like that.
When he was in the promos a couple of weeks ago and he stood next to the cockerel at the top on the Sky Dare walk with all his belts. And I thought, you're an idiot. You should never have done that. Like,
kiss of death.
And all the memes that could come out of that as well. And look what's happened.
Yeah, it's a Spursy weekend, that's for sure. There was another super chat as well. Was that it? Was that the one? That was all there is? Yeah, that was it. We're going to go into the fan show now. I don't know how we're going to get through this, but let's bring them on anyway. Who's on first? Brains, is it? Oh, headphones.
What's up?
Headphones on. Brains, how you doing, mate? Apologies for not reading your super chat the other day, but I did redeem myself because I read it out today.
You evil bastard, John! You evil bastard!
You actually left a couple of super chats, so thank you for that, Brains. I don't know, mate. What would you like to say that can make us feel better here?
Oh man, I'm like caught in this weird place of like trying to kind of like keep it together and make a funny comment and like not want to fucking cry.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like I've watched this fucking team for over 20 years,
Yeah.
and it's like we're in a proper point where there's not really much way out of this. Like, we can't get to that January window and start buying players. You know what I mean? Like, Levy's not going to do that. I genuinely think this fucking guy is an Arsenal fan. I think Levy's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I've started to think that as well.
Isn't his missus is linked with? I'm pretty sure she's the daughter of Dean from Arsenal as well.
Dean.
Yeah, you remember Dean, who used to be the chairman
Dean.
of Arsenal?
Yeah, Mike Dean.
Yeah,
Not Mike Dean. That's
the
referee.
conspiracy grows.
The conspiracy grows.
Dude.
No,
but what
Brains.
was that though? There was no press. There was no.
Yeah.
You could see in the first 6 or 7 minutes there was some duels in their half, and in the Chelsea game we won those duels. We drew them into traps. We created the triangles and we nicked the ball. Yeah. In this game we'd nick the ball and then we'd give it away. It would turn over back to them. It's like they weren't even like doing that much to win the ball back. It was like fumbling the ball spinning off, bad touches, players trying to do too much. It was like just, we made them look like a great team.
We made them look good. That's the annoying thing. They weren't even that good.
Yeah.
That's the so frustrating thing.
They did a Spurs. They like how we had beaten them anytime we've ever beaten them. We catch them on the break and we annihilate their defense. They did that to us. We didn't even get like tackles in when they did break our defense. We didn't even get like a couple yards to them. This is the crazy thing.
Yeah.
It's like and what was the thing with like Dyer and Sanchez playing fucking Wimbledon in the 80s, like long balls over the top.
I know.
Fucking no one. Did you see John Fashanu on the fucking pitch?
Yeah.
Why are you pinning balls over the top to no one?
Brains, you know what? They did a stat during the game, and they said percentage of our passes which went long, 36%. Do you understand?
So
do you actually understand that stat? It's when you put all the passes together, 36% of them were long balls. Not even like little sideways passes. 36%. What the hell, man?
So, Brains, we're looking for progression this season, okay? So, this is Tottenham's per game ranks this season.
Oh, yeah.
18th in goals, 20th in shots, 20th in chances from open play, 20th in big chances, 20th shot creating actions, 20th distance covered, 19th progressive carries, 20th successful pressure, 19th shots allowed. Is this progressing this year?
I'd rather have goals allowed.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that the sponsor of the show is Manscaped now, because I actually kind of think it should be the Let's tampons, because we're fucking a bunch of pussies out there.
Yeah.
A bunch of bloodied fucking pussies. That's what we are. It's like the thing about this is like we can't.
That's going to be our title for this, isn't it?
There goes the monetization.
Sponsored by Tampex.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing. It's like as a fan base, we have to stop being delusional. We are not a top 6 team.
No.
We are not a top 10 team. We are gonna finish this season. This season's done. Yeah. Like, we're in a situation where we can't sack Nuno, because who are we gonna have? Ryan Mason for another 8 months?
Yeah.
But what are we gonna do? Like, no one's gonna come. Graham Potter's not gonna leave a team who's gonna be top of the league tomorrow to come and dive into this shit show. It's like we're stuck with a manager who has no time, who has no idea how to get these fucking snowflakes to play for him. They don't want to play for him. So I'm saying, if I say Nuno out, I'm not saying it's because Nuno is, sure, he probably told them to play long balls over the top out of desperation, because he doesn't have any time to get something going with them, and they're not working for him. You can tell these players are not working for that man. So I'm saying Nuno out for your fucking self. Quit. Like, save your career. Your career is going to be in the same place as Dele Alli's at the end of this season. No one will fucking touch you. Like, no one's going to touch you at the end of the season. If he gets Spurs, a team who's been challenging, even in the kind of shit show of the last 2 years, for top 6, and he ends up 4th bottom, which I can see it being, where does he go? He's going to go into the Championship or something. Go to Scotland and manage fucking Hibernian. Where does he go? It's that's what I'm saying. So I think we just have to be super realistic. We do not have a better squad than Arsenal right now. They have depth. We do not have creative players that they have. Smith Rowe would get in our team. Martinelli would get in our team. We have two strikers. Martinelli would get in our team. Pepe would get in our team. Aubameyang would get in our team. Like, we do not have a good squad. Like, we have Højbjerg. He's a strong player. And then that's it. And that's the shocking thing. Tanganga is strong, but he can have games like this where it's too much for him. He gets kind of overrun. So it's... I look at it that there, Tomiyasu was better than any defensive player we had on the pitch today. And that's the crazy thing, is we had that guy. So at what point do us fans listen to Brian Daigle and fucking march on the stadium, get that little bald cunt out of his office, strip him fucking naked, get the Arsenal shirt off his fucking back and kick him down Holloway Road, bloody kicking, screaming like a fucking Xerxes from Game of Thrones. That's what we got to do to that motherfucker. Because we are going to die in our asses if we don't.
That is if we only had 1/100th of that passion, we might have done all right.
I think we give ourselves a lot of problems as well, because we said in the game, like, one, not holding the possession, two, like you just said, Brains, about just booting the ball up there and hoping for the best, losing that control of the game. That's like 2 or 3 aspects on that. It was even actually, I think, just before the second game, we were shouting about that. And then we go and concede the goal. And then Harry Kane does something. He's trying to chase back. We're all over the place. And who do you point the finger at? Because it's a bit of both, isn't it? It's like the manager for not having, I don't know what he does in training. But, these players, they're not new. They should be experienced enough to know how to play football properly and turn up to the North London derby, which is arguably the biggest fixture that everyone looks at the beginning of the season. When are we playing the Arsenal?
You know what it is? It's like, how bad is this? Kane loses the ball. Fair enough. He tripped over the ball. He's not, his legs aren't working right. There's a whole bunch of things going on structurally in the club, structurally in his head. He's in a bit of a wobble. But the thing is, he's the only player that almost gets a tackle in to stop that goal. He lost the ball in the 18-yard. How do they get through our team and no one gets close to them? That's the shocking thing. And you know what it is? It's like, when you have like a team and you're training young kids and you've got like a really good player and he gets beat and he goes, "Ugh." That's what we are right now. It's like, ugh. Like someone else will deal with it.
It's just they want the ball to their feet, and if it's not to their feet, they don't care. They don't want to move about for it. Every time someone's in a wide position to cross it in, no one's there. And it's like when you were saying about Mora pushing forward all the time. Like, there's no one there. There's no one calling for it.
No one there calling.
Nothing. So what does he do? He gets fouled or has to go back.
Yeah.
What's the point?
There's no creativity. And then when you look at like and Ndombele is like playing a little bit better. It's like we're now relying on a player who didn't want to be at the club, who didn't start any games. We're like, oh please, but that's how desperate we are. Do you know what I mean? It's like we just have Nuno got sold he got sold down the river. He was the 9th choice, but he was the only one who would come and take on this squad of players who, after the Champions League, that beat the shit out of a lot of players. And it's just been downhill from then. Heads have been down, but also heads have been down, and yet they're comfortable. They're comfortable.
That's the worrying
being
thing.
The shit.
That's the worrying thing about it. It's not even though like we're down, let's fight our way back up. It's like we're down, but it's like, oh, whatever.
They'll take the money.
Have some
it's fine for
fucking
them,
balls.
Yeah.
Have some balls. Yeah, they'll take the money. They're professional footballers, and this is football. It happens. It's like we've got beat by Crystal Palace 3-0, Chelsea 3-0. Arsenal 3-1. Have some fucking self-respect and get a fucking 1-0 defeat. Jesus Christ. At least go out there and defend. Nuno is making a series of shit show decisions, but it's because it looks like he's panicking for his life. You see him in the press conferences, and Ali Gold got him to really go deep. He kind of lost it. He kind of was like, look, I don't have time. I don't know what to do here. Like, that's essentially what he's saying is like, I've been given the squad. I've had 3 weeks with them. This is the shit we're in. Now we have no time to train. We have a day off, so you got to do physio. You got to do recovery. you can't go into tactical fast sprint training in that day. And then you got like the next day where you're not supposed to train, and you could have a training the next day, but you got a game the next day. So what's he going to do? And this is the thing. We are on this slope down, and we have this shitty Conference League thing. Arsenal were in a shit show there for a while, but they didn't have the shitty midweek Euro thing, so they can train, they can work on progression, they can, you know, get some fluffers in, jerk them off, and make them feel a little better. we don't have
get
any of
some fluffers in. That's what we need. We need to get some fluffers in. Oh my goodness, Brains, you are so good value today, mate. I'll tell you what.
Dude, I'm dying here.
No, you're actually making my day, actually. Like, you're actually making it up, because I nearly committed. I nearly jumped out the window 20 minutes ago, but you're actually making me hold a bit of sanity.
I could hear you guys while we were waiting for the thing to come on, and just hearing your sighs, it was like, this is gonna be a cracking show.
No, but it's a cracker. But you actually brought some comedic moments, so bless you for that, Brains. Bless you for that. It's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. I've never seen us come out for North London derby and not give a shit. I've never seen it before. At least when we've lost in the past, and we've lost 4-2, but we've seen some fight in that game, and they've hit us. They've hit us on the counter,
losing
whatever.
is acceptable,
but losing for shit.
Yeah.
I can't take that, mate. I can't take that.
Minimum commitment is that you put your foot in for tackles. We're looking like fucking hell. We let Labella go. Jesus Christ!
Right? Yeah. You're Harry Kane, right? He's one of my favourite players of all time. But today, we know his mental state and everything. But out of all the players there who have been there the longest and know what this game means, there was jack shit from him today.
Of course.
And that's what pisses me off the most. And quite frankly, after today, I could not give a crap about him. I hope he's gone as quickly as possible after that.
You know what?
It's all right for the other games, but today is unacceptable.
He's playing, especially in a game like this, but you know what he's playing like? He's playing like that kind of, he's like, like when something goes wrong, he's like, oh, well, like, I'm not going to, what can I do? I've carried this team for too long.
He's disgruntled, and he has a right to be. But how about think about the fans who have backed you for a number of years as well, and the fact of your own pride to turn up to a game like this today.
Yeah,
that's what sickened me the most.
If he had pulled something out bad, all I want to see is him turn around to the players and like, hey, fucking come on, and galvanize them, grab a player by the fucking shirt and
he's gone.
Them, like
he's gone.
He doesn't care, and that's the thing. Who does care in that squad?
No one.
Who cares?
Skip came on and threw his arms.
No, do you know what? Skip and Hill I actually thought were the best. As soon as Skip came on, within 5 minutes, he was the best player.
Skip needs to start every game from now on. I think he's a phenomenal player.
100% agree. And Gail, I feel bad for, because he's getting thrown in the deep end, and it's like
he's trying to make things happen.
At least he's trying. You can see he's got skill. He's trying. It's just like Jesus, like throw a kid like that age into the deep end in a game like that.
I know it's sad. It's sad. Anyway, Brains, I could talk to you all day, mate. You actually give some good therapy, mate. I have to say, when you came on, when you went into that Levy rant, it was the best part of my day, I think.
That's a bad day.
That's when it's a bad day. That's when it's a bad day. That's the first time I've properly spoken to you, Brains. But fair play, mate. Fair play. Thanks for coming on, dude. And I loved the rant. To be honest with you, I loved it. I really loved it.
It's turning into Arsenal TV type rants here. But
I know. Ben and Sim will be happy for the views, though. Anyway, Brains. Thanks, mate. Just quickly, you got two answers: best player and worst player.
Oh my! Well,
can you pick a best player?
Force me to name a best player from Spurs.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say, obviously, Son for doing something. He did something.
He scored.
Not giving up. He scored. But Jesus. And worst player, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I don't know what Dele did. I don't know who he is. I don't know where what Stephen King character came and snatched his fucking soul from him. Do you know what I mean? So
that's
I'd
2 years
that,
now, really, isn't it? 2 years. When do you draw the line and go, get out?
Yeah, exactly.
Strong words.
For your own fucking career, mate. For your own career, have some
pride. Who's
going
to buy him now? Who's going to buy him now?
Who's going to touch any of these? A lot of these
money
players.
for Kane now. After these few games.
That's the thing, yeah.
Do you want a player like that in the Champions League fighting team? Probably not.
Yeah. Kane is stuck. Kane's stock is plummeting, man.
Yeah, exactly. Called it
down.
with Sim.
And we've messed ourselves up with that.
Yeah, you did. Well. You did call it.
I said it. I called it with Sim. I said you need to, and I got so much shit for it in the comments. I got abuse, mate. And I said his stock's going to fall. He's not going to be worth like a third of that.
Yeah.
By the end of the season, I said his season's going to go like this.
That's
watch.
Just Daniel Levy all over, though, isn't it?
Anyway, it's not just Kane. I would say it's also the team. We're not creating enough chances. No. But anyway, Brains. We've got so many people waiting to come on. So anyway,
absolutely.
Thanks, matey, and listen, we'll speak
Brains.
soon, yeah?
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Dude. Take care, mate. Take care. I could talk to Brains all day, actually. Do you know what? He actually made me feel better. When he went into that Levy rant, there was something very satisfying about that, when he just went absolutely balls deep, didn't he, there? Anyway, let's... have we got another one? Oh, we've got a couple of super chats, actually. Thanks, Vinny. So we got one from Jerome here. He says, of course they did not play well. We were that bad, and every single one of those players cannot put that badge until they sort out their issues. Yes, I agree with that. Another one from Kev Williams. Kane, in my opinion, is bringing the mood of the team down. I agree. I agree with that.
Of course it would be. In the background. Of course. In the summer, just when like Son was doing that funny stuff on the social media about touching the badge and things like that. Of course it plays on them. I'm sure they're friends, but I bet there's players in that dressing room that don't want Harry there.
I agree, because it's going to drain the morale of the team down, knowing there's the player there that doesn't want to be there.
We've said it multiple times. Son plays better when Kane's not in the team.
I agree.
And I think secretly Son
doesn't want Kane there.
Was pissed off with Kane.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of players that didn't want that. The Man City game, you could see there was some team spirit there.
What game was it? Son got pulled off and he was distraught.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're leaving Harry on for what?
It's because it's Harry Kane. He's Don Corleone. Exactly. This is the problem. When you play Kane, you can't take him off. You've seen the light now. He's seen the light.
He's rubbed off of me. And the hero of mine has just become someone I don't even want to look at.
Here's what I'm going to give. I'm going to give Harry this one thing. If you're a player that you want to go to a club that's going to win titles, and you're not allowed to be given that move. Yes, you're a model professional, but of course we're human beings. That guy is going to lose motivation. Yeah. He's only a human at the end of the day.
I don't blame him for that aspect, but equally, remember that you've got two roles here. That there's a load of fans that are paying good amounts of money, and fans back home, wherever you are in the world, that want to see dedication. And if you are moving, the club that you're supposed to be going to, well, you think they want to buy you after all this?
He's not going to be worth 30 million. By the end of the season, he's not even going to be worth 30 million at this rate.
I think, in all channels, we've said before, Enoch is the problem.
Of course. But anyway, let's bring on some royalty. Where's the king? Cheer us up, mate.
How you guys doing?
Not good. Not good.
Yeah, same.
I've got a 4-hour journey home because 90% of the people in this country think we've got a fuel shortage. So I've had to get a train and a bus. It's back to that point about Chelsea last week and today. Like, it's embarrassing. And everyone else makes an effort, but not these 11 idiots on the pitch. What do you think about today and the performance?
I am completely pissed off. Pissed off. As you see, I'm not wearing a Tottenham shirt today because these players don't want to play for the badge. So I'm wearing my hometown club, Atlanta United, because at least they actually fucking try. The way we were playing it's like so lazy. The way some players are just walking around, especially freaking in Ndombele. He'll run sometimes, and he do it for like the first 15 minutes of the game. After that, he just walks around. He may try a little bit here and there.
Minutes, right? 60 minutes, 70 minutes max.
He got totally overrun on the pitch today.
He always does.
Yeah, but he
he
got exposed there a little bit. I have to say, his lack of work rate, he got really exposed.
When does it change?
It wasn't just because of him though, but yeah. No. So Ndombele. What else, Wes?
Another thing is the way we were just doing long balls over the top, like we got 6'4" players all over the pitch. We do not have those type of players that can. And then for some reason, can't hold up the ball no more.
Yeah,
he lost the ball 4, 5, 6 times trying to hold up the ball. He just let them get the ball from him. He's not trying. I see him not freaking trying. He's literally going through the fucking motions.
Yeah,
he is literally going through the motions. The whole game I saw him. He's just juggling. Then when somebody make a mistake on his team, he's like, well. Like, that's why I don't want to be here, I guess. I guess that's how he's thinking now. I'm
Yeah,
like, we
that's how
should
he's
have fucking
thinking.
sold this dumbass then. I'm so fucking sick of him. I'm
Yes,
sick of
boys,
that.
Yes, I'm sick of it as well.
And where's that?
Like,
We've got to deal with this for maybe another 6-7 months.
I just think
Yeah.
Wes, what do you think? Do you think that him just being back in the setup is affecting the rest of the players? Because I just think as though he doesn't want to be there, and it's like a bad apple effect. Do you know what I mean? And it's like spreading to all the other players, and they don't give a shit either. And then Harry Kane, he's hardly going to be the leader and going, "Come on, guys, we all need to fight." And they're going to be going, "Fight? You don't even want to be at this club anymore. How can we fight when you don't want to be here?" It's like
Exactly.
it's like the perfect storm, isn't
out
it?
of all the players on that pitch today, the one person that you'd want standing out of that because of the history, because of how long he's been there, is that man, and he wasn't there. So how do you, like you say, how do you expect the rest of the team to do that? It's not happening.
My whole thing, it's like a domino effect. Even if you notice the Manchester City game, we were playing a whole bunch more freer. It was like a free flow type of field that we were playing, and that's with our best striker out of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know. Immediately when he got back on the team and he's starting, and we keep him out there for the whole game because we have no backup striker at all and nobody else to cover him. It's like we go right back to this, like pass back every 5 seconds, kind of just going through the motions. But when he's out of our team for some reason, we play a whole bunch better for some reason. And I think we should start Brian Hill. We should start Brian Hill from now on.
I agree.
Because it's clear him and Skip were really trying after when they finally came on.
Because there's no aggression.
Right? And then even Royale played a little better than Tanganga did.
Yeah.
You can see that. Okay, maybe we got something. Maybe we got something with him as well. But some of these players, like Dele Alli, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, Dele Alli. All these little flicks and shit, not doing nothing.
He was trying
not doing nothing.
He was trying nutmegs on the pitch when he just keep the
every single time he gets the ball, he tries to do that. Ain't nobody trying to go forward except for Lucas Moura. He's the only one I've seen attack the actual defensive line. Like go straight at them. Make something happen. Make them move backwards to create space. That's what Hill and Lucas Moura was doing the whole game, and it was working. We started to make a couple chances here and there. I'm like, what? Like, why is Dele Alli not doing that? Why are you trying to do flicks and passes like you freaking Ronaldinho? You're not him.
Yeah.
You never will be him.
I'm telling you now, the best setup we can do is take Kane out of this team and put Hill, Moura and Son as a fluid front three up front. You'll notice the fucking difference. In 5 minutes, you'll notice the difference.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you'll notice the difference because they'll actually have a bit of fight in them, a bit of work rate, some aggression.
Anyway, and that back line, that's it for that back line. That's it for that back line. I'm sorry. We paid $50 million, and yes, it's like a loan, and we pay for it next year. But we still we're going to have to spend the money anyway because we're going to have to keep him. We signed Romero. We got him on the bench. What?
Was there any news?
We need him for these type of games.
I don't even know the reason why they didn't play him. I'm guessing he just thought, well, Dyer and Sanchez
He didn't even
played
come on
together,
as a sub.
You know.
But that
I'm like, that's the type of player we need back there.
Yeah, exactly. But that comes back to the manager putting emotion over things. Oh, Sanchez Dyer, if I take him off now, he'll lose confidence. He's lost confidence like 3 years ago. Like, Sanchez is not going to improve as a defender.
No.
Period.
He's not. He is not.
It's impossible.
The way when we
Dyer,
that first goal,
you said he was clumsy.
He's clumsy.
You
can't take the clumsiness.
You see it
out of
every
him.
game. Every game. I tell you what, actually, the only reason they didn't concede against the City games and stuff is because the midfield was on point.
Yeah, the midfield was working hard to cover.
Because the midfield now have no confidence, the rest of the team falls apart. It's exactly what Jose pinpointed last season. And Pochettino. Where's it stop? Play Romero, like Wes says. Get Tanganga next to him so he can learn off him. Put Emerson in that right back position. Can't do anything about the left back. Whatever, until we can. It's simple.
It's like,
and what you saying about Harry?
That first goal. I'll go back to that first. I think the first one is where that number 10 dude from Arsenal, he came by and just slapped it in the back of the net. They just let space right in the middle for them to do a direct pass. That was easy.
It
was obvious what he was going to do. He was going to cross it right in the middle of the box because nobody was in the box. They moved away and made space for a pass to go through there, and boom, player just has to dip in, hit it one time, and that's a goal. I'm like, what was that?
All they had to do is preempt the pullback. like when you're defending, like I don't know if you've ever played in defense, but one of the things you do is like if there's a couple of you,
I have.
one of you takes the goal line and one of you preempts the pullback. Then you've got like both dimensions covered. Everyone just everyone just falls into the goal line onto the goal line.
They fall right into the goal line like they're about to play goalkeeper.
Yeah.
If you watch
exactly. Both goals came from a fucking pullback behind your back. At least one of you preempt the pullback. The others can have the goal line.
Yeah, it's exactly that. If you watch the highlights back closely, I promise you'll see the same thing in both. In fact, maybe all three of the goals. That's how bad the confidence is in the team. The other player's more interested in what his teammate's doing than the actual the attacker that he's supposed to be defending against. That proves the point. The confidence is not there in that team and hasn't been. Hasn't been there.
Except for like 2 or 3 players. You see, 2 of the like Hill. I have to mention him again. Like, you gotta just start him. Just start him.
Why are we not starting Hill?
It's clear. You see the way he took. Like he did. Sometimes he did a pass that some of his teammates were not even expecting him to get the ball to them. It went right to their feet, and they weren't even expecting it because they're not paying it. Because I guess they just haven't played with actual top like players that can actually do some stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but he was doing passes like, oh wait, I got the ball now. Dude, that's how you're supposed to play. Like, what's all this slow crap? Not trying. Like, he's trying to go. He said, "Let's fucking go." Like, y'all. I was so pissed throughout the whole game.
When he came on, it added so much like a thrust to us, some urgency, and Skip as well. He showed the grit, and Hill was showing some urgency and some quick passing. And you're right, the rest of the players just weren't on that wavelength. So he was like passing quickly, moving, and the other players were like, "What?" And just like they were standing there like fucking statues, you know. And actually,
then it is Sanchez holding the ball for like 5-6 seconds, looking around like, oh, well, that's a pass to him. I'm like, dude, pass the open man, keep the flow of the ball going, keep moving the ball around, just keep moving it. You're not doing shit else. Keep moving the ball around. Don't have you stand there and let the defense settle and let them get into the positions where they can block our passing lanes. Just like, what are you doing? Like, what are they teaching them over there?
We're gonna see.
Like, what are we doing? Like, I know we don't have time for training, but.
If Nuno does,
because we got another game, Thursday?
Game, he's done, in my opinion. Like, we'll see what he's made of. Can he have the balls to not play Dele? This is all down to emotional attachment and probably an ear hole from Daniel Levy up the top, saying that he should play these players and not these players. Tell me, someone out there, why Dele is picked ahead of a player of Gil's ability.
I play him right in the middle. I think he could play middle. I think he could play left, right wing. He could play pretty much anything because his dribbling ability alone. And
then Ndombele, sack him off as well. Put Skip in there who knows what he's doing. I've had enough of it all now.
And put Romero in there.
I don't care how much they cost. This is the problem. Daniel Levy's probably going, we paid 50, 60 million for Ndombele. He has to play. No, he doesn't. This is your Steve Hitchens' fault that these crap players are in our team.
He needs to get out too. I'm sick of him. I heard all I've heard about. I haven't been a fan too long, but everything I heard about Steve Hitchens has been nothing but trash. And clearly, he should have been gone at least 3 or 4 years ago. Like, because it's clear whoever he does see, like he got Hill right if he was even a part of that. But I think that was more Paratici. But and then I think Paratici was Romero as well. But everybody else, I say he done kind of like scouted it. He's been completely almost either wrong about or got completely wrong in some other form and fashion, or like one-dimensional or something like that. It's like everything I heard about him has not been good.
What do you do with Harry for the rest of the season? If you were Nuno, well, maybe not Nuno because he'll never do
charge, what
would you do? Wes is in charge.
If you're in charge, what do you do?
What do you do with Harry right now? Do you just drop him till January and hope he buggers off, or what do you do with him?
What we were trying to get for him the first time is not going to be. We're not going to get 150 for him no more. That's going to be out the question, especially if we try to sell him in January. It's just not going to happen.
Do you pick him in the next
game?
To
get close to 100.
The next Premier League game. Do you pick him?
We may have to. That's the sad thing. We may have to. That's the situation we're in. We're probably going to have to. But if he doesn't play well, take him off, and I say do a freaking false 9.
Because I think that works better than it. Use this point now and go Scarlett. You're right, mate.
Yeah, but try Scarlett or something. I know he's probably gonna have to play probably one of the Europa Conference League games for Scarlett maybe. But I say play a false 9 with probably Son in the middle and have more on the right. Have Hill either at the left or Bergwijn or somebody if Bergwijn's not hurt. I think is he hurt? He's not hurt, right?
He's still injured, I think.
Oh, he's still injured. Okay, so I have Hill on the left, and just like and have Romero in there for Christ's sake. Like we paid $50 million for him. We made a big deal out of it. Like just put him in the dang team.
I think he's going to come.
Once he gets into the groove, he's gonna show what he has. But he hasn't been able to really get into a groove.
I think what Nuno was doing was like he's trying to do it on merit basis. So he saw that like we got 3 clean sheets in a row, and Sanchez and Dyer had a good partnership. But I think he was waiting for that one chink in the armor, that one mistake, and then Romero comes in. I think for the next game, Romero is going to come in.
Has to.
I don't know who for though. To be honest with you, I don't know who he's going to take out because I mean they're both as bad as each other today, weren't they? But
that's what I said. Like put Tanganga in that back.
That's why you wanted Tanganga in
Yeah,
there.
but look, Tanganga's got an excuse for not being perfect or a better player.
Yeah, because he's only played about 20 Premier League
he's still
games.
young as well. Sanchez and Dyer have zero excuse for our club right now.
Yeah. They had their chances. Yeah.
Yeah, they've had their chances.
Either
Zero.
Romero Rodon or Romero and Tanganga. I can see that. But Sanchez and Dyer, like they should have been gone anyway. To be honest with you. It should have been gone.
I feel like I want to jump out that window. Anyway, Wes, you're gonna have to print me one of those shirts off. I'm gonna have to wear that. Cause,
Atlanta United's team. We got a chance.
What's that team you're wearing then?
Atlanta United.
Atlanta. You're wearing some Atlanta. Yeah, I'm an Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta United. Family. Yeah, won our first league in like our second year's existence.
Really, you won the league?
Yep. And won 2 more trophies. Won the U.S. Open, which is like our version of the FA Cup, and also won against one of the bigger Mexican teams, Club America, beat them and won a trophy. We got 3 and all in just 2-3 years of existence.
You really know how to kick me when I'm down, don't you, Wes?
Yeah, I know. That's why I have them as backup. To be honest with you,
I've got to walk around in this t-shirt. I mean, I'm
can't keep saying anything.
I've got to go play pool with Spurs written on my t-shirt later, and I'm going to get the shit ripped out of me. But anyway, Wes, thanks for coming on, man. Hopefully we can meet in better circumstances next time.
Yeah. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Scott, I can't find it. I was always a positive person, but this really riled me today.
This has made me angry.
It partially riled me last week.
This made me angry.
It has. Last week, Chelsea, they always have won us.
I could deal with that against Chelsea because they're a very good side.
No, but we can't anymore. Because
but against Arsenal, we made them look so good that first time. The worst thing is they probably think that they were like, they've turned a corner now and they've become this team. Nothing to do with them, mate. We were just that bad. We were that bad. Weren't working hard enough to get onto the ball.
What does that say about us in generally? Not just looking back, but how it just shows where we are. It
just shows how good the transfer window is.
The stadium itself is like up here. The team's down here. Like it's so far from each other.
Shit show. Anyway, let me do a couple of super chats. Let me do some super chats. David Weinstock. Fact of the matter is we've never properly replaced Eriksen, Dembele, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Rose, Walker and Wanyama.
Who do you think's to blame for that?
Yeah, who's to blame? Yeah, absolutely. You know the answer to that one, don't you? Even Toby, I'm not being funny, but Toby had a really good season last season.
Yeah, but even he didn't want to be there.
Excellent season.
And rightly so.
He could have kept Toby for another season. He could have kept Toby for another season.
We couldn't even get our top 10 managers in.
Vertonghen, okay, he had a bad last season.
Conte came and ran away.
He had a concussion, and he actually proved that was a little bit of a kind of a shock exit for him because he actually
sloppy seconds.
Eriksen,
like Nuno,
Dembele,
sloppy
we didn't replace those. Walker, Wanyama, next super chat, Kev Williams says Rodon, Romero and Royal should be playing. I mean, I think definitely it's difficult to say, isn't it? I mean, Emerson looked good when he came on, didn't he? He looks strong, he looks fast, he looks like he can keep up with the players.
You've got to play them.
I think Rodon and Romero will be the centre-back partnership.
Tanganga will become better if he plays more.
He's more of a centre-back, isn't
he? But you can't gain confidence when you've got all that crap playing next to you. It's impossible.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to learn off someone that doesn't do anything?
Yeah. Anyway, next one. Faz Radfar says Ndombele, Dele, worst players. Romero, Skip should start.
Change it all.
Do you know what? I think Skip has
Change
earned.
it
I
all.
think Skip has earned his place now. I think he's got to be like the first on the
He
team
has
sheet
to be.
almost
I don't
now.
understand why he has
I
to
don't
earn
think
it.
he hasn't really put in a bad performance since he's been in the team.
He's the best player.
Apart from maybe the first like 5-10 minutes in the first couple games, but I think he's been excellent since that. Next super chat is from Nigel Gates. Drop Delhi, he's a lost cause. Yeah, he was out of his depth a little bit today.
Do you know what, mate? I'm tired of backing these players. I backed Delhi forever. Even with the bad time, I said, look, don't worry, the talent's still there, the mind's gone, and he'll come back. No, it's gone. I'm sick of it. These players get paid so much money, too busy dicking about on PlayStation. That's his problem.
Yeah, I know, FIFA.
That's his problem. He's a PR man. He thinks he's Paul Pogba all of a sudden. Pogba's crap as well.
You know what I'd like to see from Delhi? Just fucking shave the dreads off, mate, and just show us that it's not about how good you look and your fucking, your little dyed dreads.
Flicks, play football.
Stop trying to nutmeg people all over the pitch and just muck in.
Honestly,
and just play the right pass.
If majority of these players were in a normal working environment, to you guys at home, to me in my job, and you guys, they'd all be long gone. Long gone. Shocking. It's embarrassment. They should be looking at themselves in the mirror.
Do you know what?
Absolutely embarrassed.
I can't remember a game. I can't remember a first half where I felt fucking embarrassed to be a Spurs fan.
They don't care. The players don't care.
They probably don't even care, do they? I
don't care.
felt embarrassed, mate. I felt absolutely embarrassed.
They'll be back in training. We'll have another 10 YouTube boring videos from the Tottenham admin team. And then Delhi's saying, oh, did you get that on video? I'd rather get on video you playing football, mate. Not messing about in training.
Anyway, next super chat. Kane clearly doesn't want to play league games. Play him in the cup games and use Divine and Scarlett in the league. We can't do worse. Beat City without him. Exactly. I think.
But Nuno's not going to do that because there's too much pressure.
Without Kane on the pitch, we've won 3 games, haven't we? And not conceded a goal. With Kane on the pitch, we've lost 3 games on the bounce.
Yeah, you could look at those.
I know it's a correlation, not a causality, but I would say there is something in that. Next super chat, Minty Lee. How you doing, Minty Lee? Delhi's reborn thing in the summer is a lie. It's like a project you start when you're free and everyone is busy. Everyone else is busy. He was good for a while and eventually got bored and doesn't give a F anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Time has come.
We needed a rebuild 3 years ago and we didn't get it. So now we're seeing the kind of residual effects of that, like the slow deterioration of the squad on some of these senior players now, who don't really want to be there mentally or spiritually in their soul. You can see they're not putting it all on the pitch, basically. The next super chat is coming on from Michael Hellman. How are we going to complete a rebuild with this level of play? Shake my head. Yeah.
And a rebuild, bringing players in the status of this team right now. Players want to play in the Champions League.
Who'd want to come and play for us? Really, let's be honest. I'd rather play for Brighton
we struggled
right now.
This year. You got like Ruben Diaz and all that being linked over the last couple. They're not going to come to Tottenham.
I just broken my phone, I think. Who can we bring on? Who's going to make me feel better? Who's going to make me feel better? Ari, Godfather. Let some of the Godfather come on. Some reality check from the Godfather. Go on, David.
I'm fucking embarrassed today, boys. I'm absolutely embarrassed. I just want to ask them fucking players, what the fuck did we ever do to deserve this? Us fans, what did we ever do to deserve that first half performance?
I know.
3-0 down after 35 minutes. It's absolutely shocking and it's an embarrassment. They're a bunch of overpaid, overhyped, millionaire, wannabe, reality stars. That's all they are. Look, I'm sick of people baby oiling themselves up, putting pictures on Instagram. Oh, look at me, I'm out in Dubai working hard. No, you're not. I want to see. In fact, I don't want to see anybody on social media.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody.
Ban it all.
Because at least that shows to me then if they're not on that, they're fucking on the training pitch doing what they're supposed to do. And this is the problem. They can't put 90 minutes together and they're sitting there streaming Fortnite, and whatever else, It's an absolute joke. Get the fuck off social media and get onto the fucking training pitch and put this fucking right. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Today is the last straw. I've had enough. That's a hard one to take. Did they realise this is a North London derby? Did they realise this? It's an absolute shambles. I'm sick of them. We've seen it with Zagreb last season. They came out after Zagreb defeat. We're going to put it right in this North London derby. And they went out there and got hockey. And then, it's just, I'm just fed up with it. What did we ever do to deserve this from them? What?
I know. David, when was the last time you saw a first half in a North London derby as bad as that? where they didn't give a shit.
I'll be honest, look, I've seen a lot worse Spurs. Well, not a lot worse, but I've seen Spurs squads worse than this, and they've even put more of an effort in a North London derby. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, this isn't the time of an Arsenal where they had a Bergkamp and Henri Perez. They're fucking a shit team. They are shit.
They're a shit team. They're a shit team.
Let's make no mistake about it. They are shit. We made them look like fucking prime Barcelona today.
Exactly.
35 minutes. But look, guys, I've got a list of things here. Just a couple of things I written down. Look, the starting lineup, right? Why are you playing Dele Alli and Ndombele in the same midfield, but then asking them to pump it long to Lucas, Son and Kane? If you're playing Dele Alli and Ndombele, surely you're looking to get on the ball and play it through the midfield. Why would you just bypass them like that if you're going to play them sort of players in midfield? First of all, taking out Skip took away that protection from the defence. I know a lot of people have got on Skip's back lately saying maybe he's overhyped and he's average, but I said it here last week. His specific job is to sit in front of that back four, turn ball over, get the ball and give it to players to make stuff happen. And today taking him out was absolutely suicidal in my opinion because, look, Højbjerg went forward, Ali went forward, Ndombele went forward, and the back four were just left exposed. Yeah, exactly. There was no protection in front of it. Not starting Romero today. Now, I can't get over this, right? I can understand it, right? Let me say this first. I can understand where he was coming from. He was trying to get Reguilón, Tanganga, Dyer and Sanchez, trying to play the same defence that got us 3 clean sheets at the start of the season. I can understand it, but right, here's my point. What's the point of spending 55 million on a Romero, right, to improve your team, to improve your defence that really needed improving upon last season, and then not play him? Did Jurgen Klopp buy Virgil van Dijk and drop him and put him on the bench and keep playing Lovren? No, he didn't. He took Lovren straight out and put Virgil van Dijk in. In fact, none of the players we signed started today. Now, why are we signing players to improve the team and not playing any of them? Yeah,
exactly, yeah. Who would you take out? So who would come out in place of Romero then for you?
I don't care. One of them. Look, as much of a turnaround in form they had at the start of the season and everything else, right? They've been shit since they've arrived at this club. The pair of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and Simon made a good point. Well, people keep talking about we have to play them confidence, this, that, and the other. They haven't been confident since they got here. At the end of the day, right? As bad as last season was under Jose and whatever else, at least he told them the home truth. At least he would call them out in the press conference. The problem is, us Spurs fans wanted these players' ego stroked. And that's the fucking result of stroking their ego when they don't deserve it. Yeah. There's no consequences. In fact, I would take their wages off them this week. I wouldn't be paying them. Even the appearance fees and everything else. Take the whole fucking lot away from them. Take it away from them. I just don't understand what went wrong today. I just don't understand how you're not starting Romero. He took Skip and Romero out, and he's taken out the aggression that we've been needing in this Tottenham team. That has been refreshing to see. He's took out a lot of that aggression today for no reason. Look, I probably would have dropped Sanchez and put in Romero, to be honest, beside Dyer. That's what I would have done, just to answer your question, John. But like, even moving on to my next point, like the tactics, like I was saying, why are you playing the 2 guys in midfield and then pumping long ball? Surely you're playing them in midfield to be able to play through the midfield. And by pumping long ball, all he was doing is, right, giving the ball straight back to Arsenal.
Exactly what we said.
Yeah.
He was pumping long ball, but, right, our midfield weren't getting up to them. So there was no one there to collect the second ball, or if Harry Kane or Lucas or someone did manage to get down to get a pass off to. So there was no point in pumping the long ball. And all we're doing is giving it back to them and letting them get a foothold in the game and letting them come at us and just giving them confidence for no reason at all. Surely, if you're going there and you're playing them boys in midfield, your idea is to get on the ball, settle into the North London derby away from home, and you know, trying to stamp your authority on it from minute one and try and go at them, especially if you're putting in that attacking lineup that he put out there today. You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. I don't know what you guys make of that.
That's exactly the pinpoint I said throughout the game, mate. It's like the whole booting the ball up the thing is very Allardyce-y. It's not a Tottenham way.
Mate, 36% of our passes were long balls. 1 in 3 was a fucking long ping.
And think about the ratio, though. The only player that's going to get the ball when the ball is pumped up like that is Harry Kane. But 90% of him can't be bothered.
He couldn't even hold the ball up.
So you've lost that entire ratio. So why do you keep doing it? It's like when we used to do that thing with Lloris, passing it out the back, and we get stuck because no one knew how to do it. We just don't know how to play football, basically. But it's that whole pumping up. And then it was where we were saying for the whole game, why are you not holding the ball? Control the game. But instead, messing it up. It was just completely pointless. Pumping the ball up is completely pointless. We know exactly what's going to happen. It will come back at us. And that's how we pretty much conceded the first couple of goals, that's for sure.
We just had too many lazy players on the pitch, basically, that weren't closing the ball down.
It's lazy.
And so basically, like, we were having to pump long balls up because we weren't able to.
There's lack of ideas, in my opinion. I think that just further proves the lack of creativity in the team. If you have creative players, you're resound to play the ball along the pitch, right? Because you have the ability to do so with the players. The players that are picked are not good enough. That's simple as that. So they had to revert to just booting it up there. Because Sanchez and Dyer don't have any other skills, the only thing they can do is hoof a ball up the pitch. That's all they can do.
Anyway, there were a lot of things that were wrong today. There was a hell of a lot of
It's
things
not just this game, is it, John? It's not just this game. We do it all the time. And it's been like this for a season, 2 seasons, maybe even 3 seasons of the same bullshit. Constant.
It's getting hard to watch. Look, it was already being hard to watch last season, but it's getting extra hard to watch now. I have more points here. Look, the body language of the players. The first goal went in. The Sky cameras were on them. There were 6 of them walking with their heads down. There's no one standing there taking responsibility. No one standing there berating someone and saying, you lazy shitbag. Why didn't you get across and cover that? Or there's no one, geeing anybody even up or anything like that. There's nobody talking. Like, even when we went 1-0 down, if I'm Højbjerg in the midfield, and this is why I believe we should have a captain outfield, is if you're Højbjerg, you then have that responsibility to say to Dele Alli, look, you don't go anywhere for the next 5-10 minutes so that we don't go 2-0 down and completely lose control of this game. You sit in beside me and let Ndombele do the work going forward, just for 5-10 minutes so we don't lose control of the game. It never happened. They all just bombarded forward, completely abandoned the defensive duties. And this is the problem, like, how many of these players actually give a toss? How many of them actually care? How many of them actually want to be here? Because, I'll be honest with you, I'm not making excuses for any of them, but, like, you could probably count 1 or 2. I would say off today's form, I would say probably Son and probably Brian Hill. That's probably it. The rest of them were all an absolute disaster. Look, I can't question Skipper Tanganga either. They're homegrown boys. But the body language is absolutely shocking. But am I surprised? No, because there was a starter rate before coming into this game. We've covered the lowest distance in the Premier League out of any team.
Not just that, David. We are like the lowest in chance creation, lowest in what else was it?
We're no higher than 19th in majority of the statistics.
There was about 8 statistics, and the highest we were is 19th.
But like the lack of distance covered clearly shows it's the lack of distance covered defensively and the lack of going forward, and that's why you're seeing the chance creations being so low. Because look, I know a lot of people are getting on Harry Kane's back, and I think rightly so. Don't get me wrong. The only thing I'm going to say today on that guy is if I've played up front, right, and I've played to a decent enough standard, and the thing is, like, there's times where games aren't going your way, like today, and the manager and you're wanting to drop deep, maybe get on the ball and affect the game because you know you have the ability to do it. But the manager's telling you, no, we need to go for this. You need to stay up there and we'll get you the ball, and the ball's just not coming. It does make your job 10 times harder. It makes you isolated from the game, really. But that's the only thing I'll say there on that. I have a few more things. What else have I got here on my little list? I have a good list here, lads, to be fair. A lot has really pissed me off today. Brian Hill is a player. I think this guy has to start.
He has to start. He has to start.
There's no excuse now. No more excuses to not play him.
Every time he plays, he's like the best player. Why the hell is he not starting? Is it because he doesn't look like he's ready? He looks
because
young.
Of the emotion.
He looks young.
It's because the emotion of Dele and these kind of players. That's the problem. He's too focused on worried about what they'll think if they're not.
He's worried about upsetting the.
Exactly, and it will as well come from that top. We know full well that Daniel Levy keeps poking his head into everything. Like he'll
keep Kane stock high. Keep Kane stock high.
If Nuno had balls in the next Premier League game, Dele would not play, and certainly Harry wouldn't play either. Okay, we all love Harry, but he's not in it. The Chelsea game, he was appalling.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was today as well. These are 2 giant London games. Okay, irrespective of what games they are, he should be giving 120%, and he hasn't been. Okay, I don't care about his his state of his mind because of the summer and everything. You're playing in front of a load of fans that pay good money and spend a lot of their time for this team. I'm not having that as an excuse.
They've become above the law, though.
Yeah, but
that's the problem. They've become above the law.
If he doesn't do anything in that
he's not going to take Harry Kane out. You know he's not.
That's
he's not going to take out Dele Alli. They're made men. This is the problem. They're made men at this point.
It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
It's not going to change. It should be on a meritocracy. It should be the best players get to play the next game. That's how it should work, but it's not going to happen that way, and we've seen that.
The toxicity in the club comes from above, and nothing will change until that Enoch lot are gone.
Anyway,
it's as simple as that.
Yeah, David, we're gonna have to move on, mate, because we've got quite a few to come. But thanks for coming on. Give us the reality check. Please check out David's channel, David. As always. We love the Godfather. He keeps us all. He keeps us all in check.
Sorry, I know you're looking for positives or something to make you happy. Sorry, I couldn't deliver today. Look, maybe I might make some cookies and send them over, John.
That'd be nice.
That might cheer you up, but look, I just want to say, look, this club is absolutely fucking killing me, and there's nothing I can do about it because we're all in love with this club. But look, no matter how hard today is, just remember, we're all Tottenham till we die. We win together and we lose together.
David, just quickly, do you think any of the players are feeling as angry or passionate as we are right now?
No, honestly, they couldn't give a shit. They're in the Range Rover, driving home, listening to their rap music or whatever they want to listen to. They're pulling up their lovely drive into their lovely mansion. They're going to recline straight back on the couch after hopping out their jacuzzi bath with their Egyptian towels. They're going to recline straight back and they're going to sit there playing Fortnite, streaming it on all the social media platforms.
This is true, though. It's actually true, though. It's actually true, though.
Snapchatting and all this shit.
Yeah, Snapchatting. Deli's probably hired a couple of birds to come round to his pad tonight. All right, David.
But the reason why you know they don't care, just quickly, the reason why you know they don't care is because, how many times have we heard all these in the press before? They're all in the press, oh, we're going to put things right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I'm at the point, I don't want to hear fucking words, I want to see performance.
I don't even want to see the nonsense YouTube videos from Tottenham Hotspur YouTube channel tomorrow. Where
Doherty, they're doing we just baited Reguilon with his FIFA ratings.
I don't want to see any of it, Tottenham.
No.
Focus on your football.
I want to see them given the water.
I don't want to see any short videos
like they're doing Guantanamo Bay.
We're not 10 anymore. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could probably put a top 20 of worst videos to come out with Tottenham Hotspur. And I'll tell you what, the one with them playing cricket in the dressing room was top of that fucking list.
What the hell? Let's just try and win the next game. Let's focus on getting everyone's mentality a little bit more. Up to speed.
That'll be my job on the next pre-match pump up against FC Nora. If we don't beat them, there's serious questions to be asked. But look, everybody pumped for the FC Nora. But look, enough of me. There's enough guests. Guys, great job. Great.
Cheers, David. Thanks, matey. All right, see you next time, mate. See you next time. Oh.
I'm so angry.
No, I know. Do you know what? If only the team had 1/10 of the passion you're showing here, I think we'd have actually done all right.
I'm sick and tired of it. Do you know what? I've given so much back into a lot of these players, and you have to draw a line at some point. You're just not with me. You're not with me.
They just didn't show anything on the pitch today. Just give your all. That's all we asked for. Give your all. There were times where they were walking around the pitch.
It's the same as the Chelsea game. The second half
they
of
were
the Chelsea game.
Around like show ponies.
I've sat there. I finally got a season ticket, by the way, for 21 years away for that. And I've had to watch this dross this season. And especially two massive London games, Chelsea and Arsenal, and none of them have turned up. That's what's infuriating me the most out of this whole thing. I'm sick of it. Sick of it.
Should we bring Ben on? Ben, I'm speak. Oh, unmute yourself, mate.
I even come on my own channel and I still forget to unmute myself.
Oh, Ben, we're so angry here, man.
I'm lost for words. I don't know where to turn with this team anymore. I really don't. I mean, how can you put that sort of display in a North London derby? To be honest, though, it's nothing new, though. We put this display in every single year on, year out at the Emirates. What is it with this team that we can't turn up to the Emirates? Dele Alli, what the hell was he doing today? Ndombele, complete liability. The defence, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez, what were they doing today? Reguilon, oh my days. These players, Harry Kane. I just don't know what to say about these players anymore. I really don't.
It's not even today, is it, Ben? It's constant. Constant.
It is. It's completely constant. And, people want to dig out the manager. People want to dig out players and stuff. Like, fair enough, you can. But there's only one place to look. And if you don't replace Kyle Walker, if you don't replace Moussa Dembele, if you don't replace all these great players that have left the club, Christian Eriksen, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get box standard performances because we've got a box standard team.
We sold Dembele for £10 million. Do you know what I mean?
I know. The player that every single player in the squad said was the best player, you let go of. Do you know what I mean? He was hardly too old if every single player
I don't
said he's the
understand the
best player.
mentality, Ben, because we're always scrimping and scraping for players. And these people are supposedly businessmen, and they don't think if we don't get in the Champions League this year, we've lost out on an immediate £40-50 million. I don't understand the logic.
Did these players? I mean, they didn't even look like they were even semi-interested in the fight today. This is a North London derby.
Ben, let me ask you this:
what it means to the fans? Do they not know what it means?
That first half, I've never seen us turn up for a North London derby and not give a shit as much as that first half. I cannot remember. We lost 4-2. Yes, we got spanked that day as well, but at least there was a little bit of fight in that team. That first half performance,
the other team was better.
You wouldn't know watching the Spurs players that was a North London derby. That could have been against a Brentford, a Darlington, a Kidderminster Harriers.
That was a pre-season friendly. That's what effort you put in for a pre-season friendly.
It looked like a training. It looked like a pre-season training game.
Well, we were told not to do anything physical or anything like that. We were just making up the numbers to fight the other team.
It looks like boys against men on that pitch today. And this is one of the worst Arsenal teams probably in my lifetime.
Exactly.
Boys against
it is.
men.
It's the worst Arsenal team that I can ever remember in my whole lifetime as well.
It's not on. It's really not on. It is nowhere near good enough. And, a lot of people have a lot of things to answer for.
Where's the leadership coming from? Where's the direction of this team? Where's the guidance, Ben?
There's no leadership on that pitch whatsoever. I mean, Hugo Lloris is our leader. Well, what leadership does he provide on the pitch?
He never has been a leader. He's
Kane
been an
is supposed
experienced
to be our backup. Captain, our vice captain, he wants to leave the club. Give the armband to Pierre. He's the only one. Or give it to bloody Ollie Skip. He's the only one that showed anything on that pitch today.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Do you know what? It's funny because when Skip and Hill came on, suddenly there was actually a little bit of grit from Skip and there was a little bit of urgency created from Hill. I thought he was, you could feel like the energy was coming back into the side again. It's kind of breathed some life into it, didn't it? Up until that point, it was just like a bunch of statues, 11 statues on the pitch.
Energy.
I'll tell you what, though. However bad we were, if Harry Kane puts away that chance, I think we could have got back into that game.
Which chance was that?
The one where he put wide, where you're at 1-1 with the keeper.
Yeah, we were 3-0 down at that point.
That's just
I know we were 3-0 down, but he scored. Sonny scored. We had a couple of, that chance where Kane goes down just outside the box. That's a free kick. It could have been a penalty. I mean, we were a lot better in that second half than we were in the first half. But I'm not saying we were good or anything. No. I'm just saying we were a lot better.
It's that whole point of being on the front foot, though, isn't it?
Against Arsenal.
If you're on the front foot...
Say again, Si?
If you're on the front foot, we start playing well. But we just have zero confidence, zero creativity. We just put ourselves under pressure, booting balls up that don't go anywhere, misplaced passes, like we were saying about Mora, running through the channel, the middle, looking around.
And there's no one there.
Hello, is anyone playing with me here? No. Oh, great. We'll go backwards then.
Yeah, he has to go backwards. I thought he was probably the only one that could. Him, Hill, and Skip were the only ones who could hold their head up high in that game. The rest were absolute.
Completely agree.
Ben, what do you do with Harry now? Do you continue to play him? Should he be playing in the Aston Villa game next week?
Mate, that Aston Villa game, they've just turned the corner. They beat Everton 3-0. They just won on the weekend as well. I mean, against Man United at Old Trafford.
Yeah, exactly.
I said I'm massively positive. I reckon we'll lose that one. This is how depressed Tottenham have got me now. Sick of it.
I'm sick of it as well. And, all the fans in the stadium today, the game's over after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Game was over after 20 minutes in the North London derby.
They actually cut to the fans, and actually there were people leaving. I don't know if just for half time, but there were people leaving after like 20 minutes.
No, people left as soon as that third goal went in. Loads of people left.
Yeah,
loads of people.
Yeah, it's dark times, mate. It's dark days. That's the most humiliated and embarrassed I've ever felt in a first half display. North London derby, not giving an F.
Ben, why is Romero not played today?
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, Nuno came out with just before the game or a couple of days before the game saying that he needs to look at the players' welfares and stuff like that. So maybe all I can think of that he wasn't 100% fit. But, I mean, what good did Dyer and Sanchez do in there?
Ledley King played with one knee, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see it? You obviously weren't watching the TV. Ledley's face at half time, he was not happy. He didn't even want someone to talk to him.
Yeah.
And you sitting there with a player like Ledley King of what he means to us and feels our pain and frustration, and there's none of it out in the pitch in a North London derby.
It didn't feel like a North London derby. It didn't feel like one.
Where do we go from here? We've lost.
You drop half this team. Nuno needs balls.
We don't have players to bring in. That's the thing.
No, put the academy in. I think we've gone past the point now. We're not going to do anything this season, right? We're not going to do anything probably next season either because we don't have the money to do it, right? Harry Kane's probably lost half his value again now. We messed that up big time.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to go in the Aston Villa game and go, do you know what, Son, you play 10 times better when Harry's not playing. And as a team collectively, we actually play better without Harry. Yeah. So sod him off.
He won't though. He won't get. He won't.
No, he won't.
He will never drop Harry fucking Kane because he's Don Corleone.
Nuno has not got the balls because one, the guy above him's going to give him an ear-roll for not playing these players because their agents are coming after him. Two, he doesn't know what he's doing in the first place anyway. He's our 10th choice manager, right? This is what's going to happen. You need to drop Harry Kane. You need to drop Dele. Stop playing that god-awful defensive pairing at the back. Put Tanganga there, put Romero there, put Emerson at the back. Left back we can't do anything about anyway because we have got who we've got. Deal with it. Forget these players. But it's not going to happen because Nuno will not have the balls to go, Harry, yeah, thanks for your service, but you're sitting on the bench now till January because hopefully we can get rid of you. It's not going to happen. That's in my world, but it's not in anyone else's world. In the Tottenham hierarchy. Do you know what I mean? It's like... The principle is you get rid of these players. Like, you stop playing them. Like, why is Dele playing today? What is he showing us this season or the last season to give the opportunity to him over a brand new player like Hill? Why is Skip not playing?
Skip was the big one for me. Everyone knew Skip had to play today.
But he came on against Chelsea and was one of our best players.
Yeah.
What do you have to do to get into this crap team?
It should be a meritocracy. The best players keep playing. Hill's been superb every time he's played, and he still has to get little bit parts.
Why is he
Skip's been excellent every time he's played.
Absolutely. But why is he picking these players all the time?
Because their reputation comes before them.
What reputation? What reputation are we talking about? What reputation of these players are we talking about?
You know what it's like. They're made men, aren't they? That's why.
Not made men. Honestly, they're mice.
Made men put in a performance like that, like they don't care, that they can't even put in challenges in the North London derby. Ndombele and Dele Alli were a bloody disgrace today, both of them.
Ndombele's playing because of his price tag, Ben. That's it. Daniel Levy's going to get the pressure because they paid 60-70 million for this utter garbage.
Yeah. That Tommy
it's
Arce
not going to change.
Right, Tommy Arce looked good though, didn't he?
Bloody hell. Thank you very much, Levy, for that one again.
Yeah. Oh, dear. I'm sure we'll get a bargain basement in January, won't we?
Yeah, Ryan Nelson 2.0.
No one will come to us. No one. The managers don't want to come to us.
Everyone likes to dig into Nuno, but you can't dig into Nuno. You just can't. If you're going to appoint an average manager, you got to expect average results.
That's the thing, yeah. He's an average manager.
And no manager's going to change this team's philosophy.
We've got out of all the teams in the league, we've got the worst work rate off the ball than any other Premier League team.
You might have missed the stats earlier, right?
Listen to this, Ben. Listen to these stats.
Let me just get these up.
I'm not listening.
No, mate.
Listen.
Right, Tottenham's per game ranks this season: 18th for goals, 20th for shots, 20th for chances from open play, 20th big chances, 20th shot creating actions, 20th for distance covered, 19th for progressive carries, 20th for successful pressure, 19th for shots allowed.
I don't know what that means. What does shots allowed mean?
Who cares? It's shit.
I'm loving it.
Mate, Jose Ball looks like bloody hell, looks like a distant memory from this. Even Jose was much better than what we're doing right now.
The only reason Jose had to play defensively the way he did because he had zero confidence like we do in our entire team. It's as simple as that. You could put any manager in the world in that team, they'll run away after 2 weeks, or they just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
the fact of the matter is our recruitment has been appalling for years, and we're seeing the effects of it.
Completely agree. Couldn't put it better myself. And Enoch out, Levy out, get them all out, bring the whole shit down to the ground. I mean, we need a rebuild from top to bottom. Never mind just the playing squad, from top to bottom in this football club. It's getting so toxic. It was so toxic there today. So
I was
toxic.
seeing fans at the Chelsea game, mate, where I was sitting. Obviously, I sit 2 rows behind you. The fans turning on each other. This reminds me of years ago. I don't want to go back to that stage, having to pull people apart in my own stadium.
Dungeons, that's where we are. We're in the doldrums. We are back to where we were. And, you know, these are the kind of performances we used to put in the 90s. It's not too dissimilar.
It's gone back to sort of the tail end of the AVB era, I think. That's what it feels like at the moment.
Tim Sherwood.
And it feels like we almost needed Tim Sherwood just to get to pull him up a little bit.
It'll be
you know
Ryan
what I mean?
Mason comes back in.
Oh, God.
Nuno goes.
I hope that doesn't
I
happen.
can imagine Nuno going in November or something because the results are appalling, and it'll just be Ryan Mason until next summer.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
It's so hard being a Spurs fan, guys.
Do you know what? If you can be a Spurs fan, you can deal with anything in life.
Yeah, it's good character
Honestly,
building,
you can.
isn't
No,
it?
it's good character building because it's
Absolutely.
like... I actually feel sorry for all these American fans that have just started supporting us in the last 2-3 years or whatever. You know, during the Poch era, that kind of thing.
Yeah, saw us challenging for titles.
Yeah, you know, like they've chosen us. Oh, that's, you know, they're fighting for the title. I feel sorry for these guys because they didn't realise what they were getting themselves in for.
Be careful what you wish for before you start asking for Pochettino to go. There's reasons why everything turned out the way it did. And it's the sickening disease that is in our club at the hierarchy level.
No, but everyone had a great night at the Anthony Joshua fight, though.
Yeah, but even he couldn't do it, could he?
Nah, Spursy all over, wasn't it?
Spursy for Joshua.
In fact, at least he had titles. He just lost them at our stadium. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
Well, yeah.
You've come into the stadium with it, and you've lost without it. It's crazy.
Lady Gaga's probably going to go into our stadium as like #1 in the
She'll
chart.
lose her voice, mate.
She won't even
She'll lose her voice
by the time she leaves the stadium.
Yeah, she'll have her pants pulled down and won't she? Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Anyway, Ben, any closing words?
Levy out, Enoch out.
Yeah.
Bring me my club back because we need some passion. Even like when we were terrible, we used to show passion in North London derbies. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There was just no passion today. That's what really upset me. It's what angered me and Sai. Look at Sai. Look at this face on him. Look at this close up. Can we get a close up? Look at that. Look at that face.
He's not even gonna break out into a smile here.
It's not even a laughing matter, John. Man.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, this is what it's brought the man to. Look at him. You know?
I know. I wanted to leave at half time today. I really did, but I didn't. I had a slight inkling in my mind. I was like, do you remember the time that you wanted to walk out when we drew 4-4 with Arsenal? I had that in my mind, so I didn't.
Yeah.
That pinpoints it then, because so many of us fans, I mean, I travel 3-4 hours sometimes for the games, but like fans turn up.
Yeah.
The players don't even bring 5% of their capacity to a game like this today.
Ndombele can't even put a bloody challenge in. Can't even tackle. Can't even tackle as a central midfielder. Like, what are you doing on that pitch?
If I see one tweet with crap YouTube video from Tottenham tomorrow, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah, you get 15% off with hotels.com.
Or you get your food delivered in 10 minutes because it's on our sleeve. Fantastic. How about delivering some performances, Tottenham?
Oh.
Yeah. Completely agree, guys. But look, I know you got a lot of people to get through, so I'm gonna love you guys and leave you.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow with all the review content and stuff like that. But great job, guys.
Yeah.
And I'll see you guys soon.
It's there, mate.
All right, see you, Ben. Cheers, mate. Well, yeah, I mean, do you want to wrap it up?
Daniel Levy
Yeah.
and Enoch.
Do you want to look straight into the camera? Go on.
Which one is it?
Middle camera. Middle camera.
Is this one?
Oh, is it that one? Yeah.
Daniel
that
Levy and Enoch, get out of my club now.
Look at that face. It's just...
I've had enough of it. You do not have the audacity as Tottenham players to show up like you did today. Honestly, if you're in my working environment or any 99% of this country work their asses off, you guys don't. Okay? If you were in my job or my position, you've been long gone. I tell you that now. Absolute disgrace.